Everybody, this is Robert Harley. This is the XLA Life Show. So glad you came and join me. So glad that you're here. I appreciate you taking the time to watch this live video. Whether you watch it live or you watch it a replay, I am grateful that you're here. I'm grateful that you take the time to watch. We're just going to get right into today's topic. Today we're going to talk about the ABCs of success. So I've started this little mini series a few days ago, and I've gotten to we talk about A stands for attitude, B stands for belief, and C stands for condition, with the condition of our mind. Now today we're going to talk about the D. Now D, we can talk about desire, we can talk about dream, and we can talk about discipline. No desire. I think it's Napoleon Hill in his book Think and Grow Rich. He says desire is the mother of all achievement. Now, so we could talk about desire, which will be a really appropriate topic to talk about. Or we could talk about dreams, how the importance of having dreams, goals and dreams, and pursuing your goals and dreams. But tonight, I want to talk about instead the topic of discipline. Discipline. Because I believe that out of all these three things, out of desire, dreams, or discipline, I think discipline is one of those things that separate the successful people from the non-successful people the most. A lot of time, a lot of that's that's one the other two the other topics that I spoke on, and attitude and belief and condition. I always say that what separate the successful people from the non-successful people were those three things. So today we can talk about another issue that separate the successful people from the non-successful people, and that's discipline. I think that's one of the major key that will separate these two groups of people is discipline, and we're going to get into it talking about discipline, what discipline is, how to form good discipline, and how important it is. So let's start out with some definition of discipline. I'm looking at the dictionary here, and some that I came across some good things from a dictionary. One dictionary that I like, it says a way discipline is a way of training someone so that they learn to control the behavior and obey rules. A way of training someone or training yourself to so that they or you can learn to control your behavior and obey rules. Here's another part of the definition here. The discipline is the ability to control your own behavior so that you will do what you are expected to do. I love that part, that second one most. It says discipline is the ability to control your own behavior and action or even habits so that you can do what you are expected to do. So we can talk about that for discipline today, because again, as I said, this is one of those things that separate the successful people from the non-successful people. It is one of those things that bridge the gap between those two groups of people. And we're going to talk some more about that right now. But right now, let's go to some quotes. So when you have some quotes of discipline, there's another one here. When you have discipline, you have self-control. I'll say it again. When you have discipline, self-discipline, you have self-control, because that's what discipline is about. It's about self-control. You're controlling yourself to do things you know you should be doing, or you ought to be doing. Let's go on to another some more quotes. Discipline is a discipline. Some more quotes. Once you have commitment, you need the discipline and hard work to get you there. I'll read it again. Once you have commitment, commitment to your goals and to your dreams, or self improvement, personal growth and development. Once you have commitment, you need discipline and hard work to get you there. Now, these are just quotes from people that I quoting from. This is another quote. With with self discipline, most anything is possible. I'll read it again. With self discipline, most anything is possible. Once you discipline yourself discipline yourself, you have self discipline, you can do most anything is possible. So let's go on here. We're gonna get into this a little bit more, but I just want to do some quotes of what discipline is. Discipline is this is a quote from, I'll say who this one is from. This is one of my favorite person to listen to, and authors and speakers. This is Jim Rohn. I consider Jim Rohn to be one of my mentors. Discipline is the bridge between goals and accomplishments. I'll read it again. Discipline is the bridge between goals and accomplishment. So you can have your goals over here and the accomplishment over here. How are you going to accomplish your goals is discipline. Discipline is what bridges the gap between the two. You have goals over here. You have goals over here, and discipline, accomplishment. You want to accomplish your goals. Now you have to discipline yourself to do what you need to do to accomplish your goals. Here's another quote. The confidence comes from discipline and training. Confidence comes from discipline and training. See, when you have confidence, when you discipline yourself, it helps you with your self-confidence, and it helps you achieve your goals. So self-confidence comes with discipline, or comes from discipline and training. You have to train yourself. Now, I'm going to read something here from at the heart of any successful people is self-discipline. Whether it's success in their personal lives or their professional lives, it all starts with an inherent ability of self-control through discipline. Your thoughts, your emotions, your behavior, and your habits, all of them must be kept in check. If you want to achieve some lofty goals you set, understanding how to discipline yourself is a key ingredient to the success recipe. I read a part again that's so powerful. If you want to achieve those lofty goals you have set, understanding how to discipline yourself is a key ingredient to the success recipe. But self-discipline isn't something new. It is, in fact, self-discipline has been a topic of discussion for thousands of years, and it has been championed by those of the world's most successful people. What successful people have come to understand is that discipline is the gateway to the achievement of their goals. They learn how to use discipline in their lives to achieve their dreams. They leverage the art of self-discipline by creating a foundational set of good habits that help them see things through. I almost want to read that part over again. It's so good. But how is discipline created or formed? What allows one person to wield what seems like total and full control over their behaviors and their actions while others falter and fail? How can one person be so conscious of what they do on a daily basis while others simply throw caution to the wind? The answer to those questions lies in our habits. Since 40% of our behavior is habitual or habit-driven, if you want to control your ability to be self-disciplined, you have to control your habits. Oh, this we're gonna get into some the last part of what I want to read. In particular, there are 10 there there are 10 habits that help you discipline yourself. If you can instill these 10 habits into your life, you can create the foundation for achieving your goals. Whether these habits, now, without these habits, you'll just be stabbing around in the dark. So we're not going to really talk about those 10 habits so much, but what are we going to do? I want to talk about discipline in terms of you um, how we apply this in our daily life, self-discipline. Now, I'm going to use myself as an example in this because again, I can't use you as an example, and I only get to know myself. I don't really know you, and I appreciate every one of you watching this, and I appreciate you watching, but I don't know you. I don't know your life, your daily life, so I know me. I only can use myself as an example. Now, so this is I'm gonna give you guys three things to help you form good discipline or good habits, good discipline to control yourself. And there's three things we can talk about here. One is start small, right? We want to discipline ourselves, and a lot of times, you know, we get overwhelmed with what we want to do and what we want to accomplish, and we sometimes we just you ever feel at a point when you think of all the stuff you want to do, all the things you want to accomplish, something you just don't know where to start. you know and again, I'll use myself an example. I want to get into the habit of reading. I listen to a lot of audio books in my car when I'm driving. I'm listening to audio books, but I also want to get into the habit of reading the actual books, like a book like this. I'm reading this book right now by John Maxwell. So books like these, I want to get in the habit of reading. I have lots of books that I want to read. I have a good good library of books that I want to read. And sometimes they're like, man, I don't know where to start. So what this happened like over a month ago. You know, because I'll be starting a book, but it will take me months to read a book because I'll hit a miss, and I'll just sometimes days, weeks, even months will go by and I won't even pick up the book to read it. So one day I thought of it and I thought, um, I don't really have the time to sit down and read for an hour or 2 hours of reading or whatever. But then that thought occurred to me, then why didn't you start small? What? Sorry about that, guys. I don't know what happened. My screen just went blank on me right there. So this went blank. I don't know what happened. It never happened before. Anyways, so the thought occurred to me to just start small. And I said, well, if you can't spend an hour reading, can you spend 10 minutes reading? And I said, yeah, I can read for 10 minutes a day. And so I started doing it, and I started reading 10 minutes a day. I used the timer on my clock, the timer to put 10 minutes, and then count down from 10, count from 10 minutes and count down to zero, and I start reading. And next thing you know, I finish a book. A book that I was taking me months to read. I finish it in less than a month to read the book by just reading 10 minutes a day. And now I'm doing the same thing with this book here. I'm reading it, and now I'm on chapter 3 of this book here now, because I just started reading onto this book, but I'm just reading 10 minutes a day. So that's what I meant when I said start small. If you can't start something big, start small. No, I'm gonna also apply this because another area that I'm also an author, and I want to write books. And again, I'm kind of following the bad habit of not not making days, sometimes even weeks goes by when I haven't done any writing. So I'm also applying the same principle of starting small, spending 10 minutes, 15 minutes a day just writing, just write. Don't have to be, don't have to sit down and write for half an hour or 2 hours. Just 10 minutes a day, write. Write something. I went to a seminar a few years ago, and by how to write books and how to write. I think the book how to write and publish a book and stuff like that. And that's one of the things the guy said. If you just spend 5 minutes a day, even just 5 minutes a day writing, or just 5 minutes a day throughout the day, every time you can get a spare 5 minutes, 5 minutes in the morning, 5 minutes in the afternoon, 5 minutes in the evening, 5 minutes at night, even before you go to bed. Just spending different segment of 5 minutes here and there throughout the day, and just write. You in no time you can write a book. You don't have to sit down for hours and try to write a book. You can just spend 5 minutes here and there throughout the day and just write for just a little 5 minutes. you know that's what I mean when I say start small. Do things do things that will help you discipline yourself on a small scale, right? And then you can slowly increase that. That's what my plan is. I know I'm reading for 10 minutes a day, but slowly I'll also increase it to maybe eventually I'll go to 15 minutes a day, then 20 minutes a day, then 25 minutes a day. Just slowly increase it like that. But you start small. Start with something you can do in a small amount of time. For me, it was reading. Just reading for 10 minutes a day. Start put it in my clock, my timer on my phone. Put 10 minutes in, count down from 10 minutes, and then I start reading. Once the 10 minute was up, the clock said beep 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 beep, and then I turn it off, and then I close the book and say okay. Sometimes I go beyond because there's sometime when I'm reading I want to get to a certain part of the book that I want to get to before I stop, so I remember where to start up from again. So sometimes I go beyond the 10 minutes, but sometimes it just when the 10 minutes is up, then I close the book and say, okay, good, I just did my 10 minutes a day. So, so that's what I mean when I said start small. Do something that you can discipline yourself on a daily basis, because again, discipline is one of those things that separate the successful people from the non-successful people. Okay. Another thing is to keep a number. That's number one. That's number two is keep the end in mind. Keep the end in mind. So again, you're working on accomplishing some goal or some dream that you have. You're working on this and discipline yourself to do what you need to do to accomplish this goal. Again, let's use weight loss. If you have a goal to lose some weight, maybe you want to lose 30 pounds in 3 months or something like that. Keep that goal in mind and focus on that. Keep the end in mind of what it is you want. Keep the end in mind and do what you need to do on a daily basis. Break down things into small steps. Again, for me, for reading that book, finish reading that book was my goal. And the small step was me just reading 10 minutes a day. In less than a month, I finished the book that was taking me months to read, because I was missing here and there. I was just doing it so sporadically. And sometimes days, weeks, or even months would go by that I wouldn't even pick up the book. But then I disciplined myself to read 10 minutes a day. I was picking it up on a daily basis, just reading for 10 minutes. So keep the end in mind when you're doing it and break it down to small, doable steps for you. Things that you can do on a daily basis that you can discipline yourself to do. So that was number two. Number three, we allow yourself to make mistake, allow yourself to screw up, allow yourself to miss the mark, allow yourself to mess up sometimes when you're trying to discipline yourself. Remember, discipline is a habit you form in it. They said that it takes about 30 days to form a new habit, and also the same 30 days to break. Actually, it's 21 days, 3 weeks, 21 days to break a new to break an old habit, and 21 days to form a new habit, right? So the same amount of time to form a new habit is the same amount of time to break a bad habit. Anyways, so in the 21 days, you're gonna mess up, you're gonna make mistake, you're gonna something go back to the old. Oh, shoot, what happened? Sorry again, guys. Again, that silly phone did the same thing. Just went blank. I don't know what happened. I don't know what keep doing that. You never done this before. Anyways, what was I saying? Oh yeah, allow yourself to make mistake, to screw up and make mistake. No, what I mean by that, I'll give an example again. Use myself an example. When I start doing these live videos, I started doing it as a 30-day challenge that a business I was involved in, and they give us this a 30-day challenge to go come and do these Facebook live videos. Now the thing was, as you're doing this 30-day challenge, come and do these live videos for 30 days straight without missing one day. Now if the rules were, if you miss one day, then you have to start all over again. You have to start from day one. So if on your way to, if even if you get to day, if you get even if you get to day 29, if you miss go up to 29 but you miss one day, you have to start over again from day one and try to make it up to go 30 days straight without missing one day. So the first time through, I think I got to day 17, and then I missed a day. So I had to start all over again from day one, because I just missed. I got up to day 17, and then I missed one day, so I have to start over. And then the second time through, I think I got up to day 25 or 20 something, like 25 or 26 or something like that, or 20. I don't know. It was in the mid 20s I got up to, and then I missed a day again, and so I had to start all over again. And then finally, in the third attempt, I did make it right through to day 30. So that's what I mean when I said you're gonna allow yourself to make mistake, allow yourself to mess up, allow yourself to miss the mark. When you focusing again, saying step number 2 is keep the end in mind. When you're keeping the end in mind, you're working and you break it down to doable steps. Step number 1, yes, sometimes you're gonna mess up. Sometimes there's some days you're gonna mess up. You're gonna make mistake. You're gonna miss doing what it is you need to do. But don't let that stop you. Don't quit. Don't give up. Don't let it stop you. Just pick up yourself, dust yourself off. Okay, I messed up, make a mistake. I missed the day. Okay, let's start all over again. Let's keep going. Let's keep doing this. So that's what you do. You give yourself time to make mistake. You allow yourself to mess up, to make mistake, to miss the mark, whatever. Just don't let that stop you. Don't let it make you quit. Don't let it get you discouraged, right, where you want to just throw in the towel and quit. Just know that yes, it's okay. It's okay. I messed the day. Like for me doing these 30-day live video, the first time we got up to day 17 and I missed the day. Okay, I missed the day. Let's start all over again from day 1. And I start over again. And the second time I got to day 20 something and I missed again. I missed the day again. Okay, I missed the day. I messed up. Just to start all over again. So that's the kind of attitude you have to have. You have to have that positive mental attitude to say, hey, no, yes, I will mess up. I will quit. I will miss the mark. Some days I'll miss a day of reading, do my 10 minutes reading, which I have done. Missed a day here or there of doing my 10 minutes of reading, but I didn't bother me. Yes, I missed a day, but today's a new day. I'm gonna make sure today I'll get to put 10 minutes aside to read. So that's gonna happen to you. But just look at that. Okay, I messed up yesterday. Today's a new day. I'm gonna discipline myself to do what I need to do today. Yes, I'm not gonna let it repeat. I'll hopefully not repeat yesterday. I'll make sure I do it today. Today is a new day, a new beginning. Let's do this. Let's do this. Let's do what we need to do to discipline yourself to accomplish your goals and your dreams, whatever those goals and dreams may be for you. So again, discipline yourself. It's the thing. Discipline is one of those major things in life that separate the successful people from the non-successful people. And I'm speaking from experience. I'm speaking for myself. I'm speaking to myself, and just as much as I'm speaking to you, right? Discipline yourself to do whatever you need to do to accomplish your goals and your dreams. Why? Because you have it in you. I know what's inside of you. I know you have greatness inside of you. I know you have great potential inside of you. I know that you can accomplish whatever you set your mind to accomplish. You can accomplish your goals and your dreams. Just take it one day at a time. Just take small steps. Discipline, keep the end in mind, and allow yourself to make mistake. Allow yourself to mess up and miss the mark. Just allow yourself. You're human. We're all human. We make mistake. We screw up. We mess up. But don't let that stop you. Don't let that discourage you. Don't let that cause you to throw in the towel and quit. Believe in yourself. Believe in your ability. Believe in your goals and your dreams. Believe in what is inside of you. Believe that you can do it. If others can do it, so can you. So can you. So can me. We just got to discipline ourselves to do whatever it is we need to do to get the job done. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it together. All right. I hope I said something that to help you, motivate you, inspire you in some way, shape, or form. Sorry for those glitches that I had. I don't know why twice in a row my phone just went blank on me like that. I don't know what happened there. Anyway, so I apologize for that. Anyway, thanks again for joining me, everyone that joined me on my live video. I really appreciate you tuning in. Until next time, this is Robert Harley saying, God bless you. I love you. Peace.